Going to be an interesting morning today. 65 degrees already out there this morning. If you like it cool, jump outside quick.
I want to go get you a jacket this morning.
I know.
It's chilly outside. Hey, good morning. I'm Jamie Cooper. This is Athens in the AM on an absolutely glorious Wednesday morning here in Athens, Alabama. Tom McAllister, Rex Davis here this morning. What's up?
Not much.
You didn't know he was going to put you on this morning, but I figured you could fit in good with us, Rex.
He dressed for it, though.
Yeah, he dressed for it.
I
Yeah,
did.
He doesn't have shorts on in here this morning. I got a big Republican thing coming up this weekend. We'll talk about that in a little bit, too. Dan Williams will be a special guest with us, along with Ronnie Coppin, Republican Party here in Limestone County. All that coming your way here momentarily. I may hold off on the video today that we shot out there yesterday with Helen Duncan hula hooping out at the Owens Community Center with Commissioner Bill Dawes and all that. So we'll talk about that in a little bit, too. A lot of stuff going on today. Tony and Frank back in this morning, 230-4988. Lots of stuff to talk about this morning from football on. So you can always text Gloria, 603-4848. We'll get your opinion on it. Now, one of these days, I'm going to be giving y'all my number now that I'm a texter.
Good.
And yesterday, my freaking phone goes out. I mean, I'm all upset, too, because, man, I was getting into it. I was talking to Barry Gibson down in Holtville High School and all that. We'll talk about that Grissom coach, too, coming up in just a little bit. It's the Wednesday morning edition of Cooper & Company Live. Johnny Lee Dees will be joining us in just a little bit, and then at Cross Point Church. Well, not only will we talk to John about what's going on at church, but we'll also talk about football, one of his other favorite subjects, too. So all that's coming your way on this Wednesday morning edition of Cooper & Company Live. Frank, thanks for those tomatoes. Those were perfect tomatoes.
Thank you.
Yeah, and if you'd like to drop off some vegetables you've grown in your garden here for us to eat, thank you.
You're pitiful.
Yeah, Ray Gold, you got any more tomatoes? Hey, I'm just asking.
You're pitiful.
Well, you ain't no good at growing a garden.
I can kill anything quick.
Here's Gloria with the weather.
No wonder you're still alive. All right, 65 degrees out there right now. I'm working on it. I'm working on it. 65 degrees and going to be a beautiful day. Yesterday was gorgeous if you were outside. It was just a beautiful day to be in a convertible, too. Hope that can happen today. High temperatures today of 92, low of 64, full sunshine. Tomorrow, 92, same thing, 67 for your low. You could see a 20% chance of showers today and tomorrow, actually. And then the rest of the forecast looking like the rain chance will, of course, increase. And Thursday may be the day that you actually tomorrow get to see it. But other than that, Saturday and some rain over the weekend, that'll be okay. 230-4988 gets us this morning. Before we go any further, I do want to make this quick announcement. Limestone County Republican Rally. Set your date. If you want to get out there and join them, that's Saturday, August 20th. Now, of course, the special guest of honor is Lieutenant Governor Kay Ivey, Master of Ceremonies, of course, Representative Dan Williams. He'll be with us this morning to talk more about that.
He said if he could
so
get
we'll
up on
fill you
time.
in, and he'll be here. 230-4988 gets Frank.
This way comes a shock to y'all, but when Dan's on the show, you don't have to ask him any questions because he's going to go with it, and then you got to kind of back off a little bit. Good morning, Rex. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you, Jamie.
Well, thanks for coming in, filling in with us this morning. Tom, what's up in your life? Anything new?
Oh, just trying to get Mac in, wanting to go to school each morning now.
Oh, yeah, he has to get up early now.
Yeah.
All right, a couple things this morning. Bama running back on cover of Sports Illustrated for second time. The Heisman Trophy winner for this year, the national championship Alabama football team, Trent Richardson. He'll be, I don't have that current Sports Illustrated, but I've got the SEC Preview Sports Illustrated right here. By the way, the Associated Press Top 25 comes out this weekend. I don't know who's going to be number one. It'll either be Oklahoma, Alabama, or LSU probably. But right now, you know, Bama, Sports Illustrated, and ESPN, I think, have Bama number one. So, not a good place to be, but, hey, we'll find out how it comes on.
It's going to be a long football
I
season.
forgot to mention our singer this morning, Nita Keel, just arrived. I thought you was going to get her a little earlier when you could have done a song early.
6.
She's doing Singing on the Square. By the way, yesterday, that was not Singing on the Square that Tony had. That was the Athens State Community Band performing this past Friday night down there.
Right.
Nita performs this Friday night. There she is, right there, along with Clear Title downtown, east side of the courthouse square. All right, guys, before I get on this other coach thing at Grissom, I want to talk about what Michelle Bachmann did yesterday. I don't know if she's one of your favorite candidates or not, but
She's okay.
she made a complete fool of herself yesterday in Spartanburg, South Carolina. She's an Elvis fan. She pulls up in her bus, gets out, says, "Let's sing happy birthday to Elvis, Elvis Presley's birthday." Idiot! I mean,
Well, okay.
Idiot.
Maybe she just misspoke. Didn't Hillary Clinton say she was shot at when she got out of a plane?
And maybe someone told her it was his birthday, and one of her staff people.
Well, you don't get out. I mean, Dan Williams knows better than that. You don't get out and start singing happy birthday to Elvis on the day he died 34 years ago.
Not a good move.
Oops.
Your professional opinion on it, you're the head of the Republican Party here. How far do you think she's going to get to go?
She's got a good stand.
You might be surprised. I personally don't think she's a winner, but and I haven't really chosen a candidate yet. But I like the idea that we have a broad.
She just misspoke.
Well, there you go again.
There you go.
Elvis, happy birthday, Elvis.
There you
Oh,
go. You're
geez.
just happy they got a broad in there, huh?
And of course, the hand gesture too. I guess that's probably worked real well too.
That's how wide, right?
So much for my career.
Yeah. That's why you are where you are today,
Oh,
Rex.
funny.
A bunch of people in the race. I'm
Try
glad
to
we have
get
a
a
bunch
broad
of people.
on
He
there.
meant a lot of candidates to choose from. Jamie.
Way to go, Rick.
But it's interesting to have these different ideas and different candidates that are really getting out there. Experience. Let's face it. When you get out there in the national scene, the experience means a lot. And she is not very experienced. She's learning. And it has to be difficult. Here, even in life, we're here in Athens, Alabama, with the broad on the. You know, you can make mistakes pretty easily. You want to try to be yourself. You want to try to just jump in there and just say something that just right off the cuff, and it gets you in trouble.
Let's change subjects a little bit here and talk about what's the big topic of conversation here, at least in Huntsville area, North Alabama. This is in the Huntsville Times this morning. Grissom football coach had alcohol level .12. Keith Henderson, head football coach at Grissom High School, .12 blood alcohol level. Breath analyzer Saturday night before he was arrested on charge of driving under the influence. Of course, legal limit .08. He was arrested on school property in a truck owned by the school district, Huntsville City School. The police refused to discuss his blood alcohol, but the new superintendent over there went ahead and told people what it was. Right now, he has been dismissed. His arrest could result in dismissal, depending on the details learned from the district's investigation. All right. Set this up for you. Yesterday, we get a text. Was it Randy Cavender sent that to us?
We got an email.
That it was on VNN. So we turned over to listen to VNN. I'm assuming that's Dale Jackson. Isn't he on in the mornings over there, Dan,
Yes.
Rick?
Yes, he is.
You know he is.
I don't. Well, I don't know him
he is.
personally, but I don't. Yes, they had a bunch of people on defending this coach, and this coach is supposed to be really, really a nice person.
Correct.
Anyway, Dale says, "Well, I'm not a big football fan." Said I've driven and drinking, drive before. We all have at one point in our life, most of us. But then he says, what did he say? He said, "I'm a radio god."
He was called a goob or a goon on the radio show, and he's like, I'm not that, I'm a radio god. Well, get over yourself, Dale Jackson.
Yeah.
But
anyway.
too, you know, coach is getting a lot of, I mean, he was all over him because he's a football coach.
Right.
And he thought that he was getting special attention because the boosters defending him, the parents are defending him, and a lot of other coaches are defending him, saying, yes, stupid mistake, it happened, but doesn't deserve to be fired. Give him a chance. So. A lot of good emails.
Well, I mean, basically, the way I understand the way this went down, he went to a Mexican restaurant not far from the high school with a friend of his. They had a few beers. He comes back. He's working on the grounds or something, gets his truck stuck.
He mows the lawns there,
and some neighbors hear some noise over there where they call the police. Police arrive.
To help him get his truck out.
And smell alcohol on him and give him a breath analyzer test.
Right. And I understand he's a really big guy, too, so
But he's not on a street. He's on, of course, granted, he is on school property and had been drinking.
Last night, the news said...
Is that the worst there is? I mean,
last night they said it was a misdemeanor.
What?
Last night they said it was a misdemeanor, so is a DUI usually a felony? That I don't know.
That's
so
when we need a DUI specialist.
It might be because he was on school property and not on a public street.
Not on a public street.
That might have been the issue there. But
yeah.
Was school property not public?
Well, of course it's public, but it's not on the road.
But they're making a big deal, this .12. That's, what, 4 or 5 beers.
He's not guilty. I mean, he hasn't been found guilty yet
but
either.
I mean, hey, my blood alcohol level is way over that every day, but I ain't out driving. But Well, I'm just trying to be honest. Ain't no need of lying about stuff like this.
No, cut the.
A lot of
some
us
slack.
drink, a lot of us have driven in the past. Unfortunately, we've all had too many. We just ain't got caught. It ain't a good thing. Don't do it. However, I'm not going to get up here and say alcohol's a bad thing.
What'd you look at me for? I was drinking yesterday on the show.
Get off. My opinion is basically, if you got any more comments from any of the coach friends that we have.
Randy Kavner sent a long one too. Very good. And he's the, used to be an officer. So he's like, no, he does not deserve to be fired. I mean, supposedly this guy's a good guy. He has 5 children.
The superintendent's been on the job, what, a month? Yeah, he's got to make a decision.
I hope he doesn't use him as an example.
I mean, this could happen to anybody. Anybody. I mean, the guy was probably cut grass. He's got 5 kids.
No, it's always a misdemeanor. It's always a misdemeanor for DUI.
It is? Mm-hmm. Where's our legal analyst?
Oh, person's first DUI is a misdemeanor.
He'll be here in a minute.
Oh, okay. So anyway, I mean, the guy is, everybody over there likes this guy, loves this guy.
That's got to count for something.
So I'm in his corner.
I'm in his corner, too.
How many of y'all have gotten on a lawnmower drinking an ice-cold beverage, huh? Looking around this room with 40 or 50 people, half of you.
Even?
How about after mowing?
What if you get on the road with your lawnmower and you've had one too many?
You can be arrested for DUI.
Well, the thing is also, I think we have to remember that he was there off duty, basically, doing stuff for the school, but not. There's no excuse for being drunk and driving. We know he got there somehow, so he obviously drove on the road.
Well, either his friend could have dropped him off.
His friend picked him up and took him to a restaurant and then brought him back. Now, you don't know what time we don't know what time the coach was going to leave. He may have been there working while, sobering up. You don't know.
But can he be a role model? Can he be a role model and still have a DUI? I would think so. I mean, a lot of my role models.
Speaking of people that wouldn't know, here's a judge in here this morning.
To be good. We do have a judge standing.
And an attorney. We could ask him about a DUI.
Well, let's give Coach Henderson some free legal advice this morning.
Yeah. Man, they get worse as they come in. Now every alternate in the world is engaged coming in here this morning. Yeah. All right, I'm going to take a break and come back with ZNN in just a moment. We'll cut Nita loose, too, and shortly. Y'all are watching Cooper. That's just our opinion on this coach. Cut him some slack. That's my deal on it.
He's supposedly a great guy, so that's got to count for a lot.
Well, I don't think that means a whole lot when you get down to it, but...
well, I mean, as far as losing his job.
.12? Come on!
Maybe there was a problem with the breathalyzer.
Let me know your opinion or keep it to yourself. Don't matter anyway. We got to go. Y'all hang on.
Get on.